Guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the YouTube account and we are looking at the Treasure Scramble, guys. Now this is the brand new season that is coming. Go in here, set up your teams, make sure you set up all of your teams, guys, for the first three kind of combinations we can go through here and set up our teams. I'm going to show you what I'm running in here and utilizing a lot of the information that we got over on the test server that is actually running this Treasure Scramble with some of the top players. I'm going to show you the builds that we are going to utilize going into here. Now, last season, guys, we ended at number 70, which was awesome. We finished the Treasure Scramble at 70. So again, we're going to go through a couple of the formations that we have over here. So the first one is kind of a utilization of Orthos in Sonya. I know Sonya has to be built out a lot higher to actually make this formation work. Then we also do have Halos, we have the Awakened version of Thane, and we do have Hendrik. Now again, Hendrik needs probably that 3 of 9 furniture, guys, to really make him stronger. And then of course, Sonya needs to be built out quite a bit. 9 of 9 furniture on her, a priority, but this team still works. I stayed 80% plus with this team because of course, guys, the Awakened version of Thane is absolutely insane. The amount of damage that he can put out in a PvP perspective does incredibly well. Now the second team we're looking at in this formation is a little bit of a variation, so I'm actually going to drop this out a little bit. So we're going to be running Ulna with Lucretia, both of those two primary, not only PvP heroes for this, but two primary meta heroes that we see within formations. They are two of the Celestials and Hypogean heroes you should have built out really quick. Second one is running Silas in here with Pharrell. Now the big logic behind these guys is Silas not only has the immunity, also does have the mitigation factor with the clouds that he sends out, but it gives an attack boost. Athalia can be devastating to anyone who is in formation, guys. Because remember, guys, she is going to target the target that is directly opposite to her. I'm going to lock them down, do a lot of damage, bleed effect, building her out. Another hero, guys, the stronger that you build her, the more successful she is going to be. And then we have Pharrell in this formation, of course. The crowd control, energy disintegration that he brings is absolutely phenomenal with the spirits that he has, making it very detrimental for teams that we fight. So those are going to be the first two that I'm rolling in here with, guys, that I think are going to be pretty successful. Second team, and again, we're going through, we're building out all of these teams, we're getting them all set. So again, guys, second one is going to be set, just like we've seen. This one, again, we're going to swap out Frampton. I'm going to put Pharrell in here. Pharrell is a hero, actually, I believe one of the very original heroes in the AFK Arena, but I'm going to leave this build in here just as we see it now. Adding in the third team, I finally have Brutus, guys. Now going into the last season, coming in 70, Brutus was at Mythic Plus with a plus 35 signature item. Now he is ascended with a plus 35 signature item. But Brutus, in addition, guys, we do have him up to plus 60 engraving and 3 of 9 furniture, which is going to be game changing here. So last time we did run this formation, we actually ran him in the back. Didn't really seem as solid. But overall, guys, we are going to be running him front tank. Now, remember, in here, you have a very unique buff that's going to be given in here, which is, of course, going to be damage mitigation. Now, further than that, guys, is as the damage mitigation factor kind of reduces throughout the combat, it's going to make a difference with heroes in here that can kind of hold the line for the damage mitigation factor. So when it starts and there's a massive mitigation, these heroes are going to be super important. I know a lot of players don't have these. PvP is very subjective to the heroes that you do have, but these are utilizing the best formations that we can. And all three of these formations were roughly around 80%. Again, in the last season of the Treasure Scramble, we're going to have to see the impact of the buff. But the ones that I have over here, if you see real quick, I brought up I have battle reports that I actually brought up from the test server for a couple different heroes and a couple different formations that we've been utilizing within here. Third formation, again, I tried the Frampton go around, didn't work very well. So first formation, of course, going to stay the same. Have to get Sonya built up, have to get Hendrik built up a little bit. Never been too focused on the PvP aspect, but it does work incredibly well because you get a lot of loot out of the Treasure Scramble in here, which is the reason why I have spent a lot more, or actually focused a lot more on building out our teams. So this is another team, guys, that actually does incredibly well. And again, this is one that we had originally using Zolrath in here with Mishka. We have, of course, the Super Cycle, the Energy, and the Haste that we're going to get from Leica right up here. Zafriel in here for the crowd control, and Audrey ultimately doing a absolute crazy amount of damage in here. Now, one of the biggest heroes within PvP or even an AFK arena is Zafriel, guys. A lot of players overlook Zafriel. Zafriel actually does a ton of damage, a lot of crowd control. Building him out is really important if you're going to be into the PvP aspect. He's one of the biggest priority heroes probably to build up PvP wise, just because he does incredibly well. Short of the PvP aspect, we don't see him utilized very much, but he is a very strong hero nonetheless. And then, of course, the fourth one, guys, this was the old formation we were running. Since we have Brutus built up enough, we're actually swapping up some of the formation to allow Brutus to come to the front line, because now he's not Mythic Plus. Now he is Ascended. And we already have him, I believe, at 2 stars, if I remember from when we just seen him. Already have him at 2 stars. We're going to continue focusing on building him out and maximizing the damage that he can do within these formations. So the first 4 teams are set, guys. I know a lot of you were talking about, hey, a lot of different formations. What do I do as free to play? What do I do? For a lot of these formations, guys, you're going to be utilizing essentially the best heroes that you have, or the heroes that you have built. When you look at, not having the Awakened version of Thane, not having Halos in here, there's a synergy between the formations that we see, which is the reason why they work out incredibly well. Lucretia can run a team pretty well. If you run like an Alna, if you run a Grez together, it can work pretty well. Some players don't have Athalia, some utilize Cecilia in that take. But again, PvP is really dominated by a lot of the strong Awakened heroes because of their power. Guys, if you come down here, even if you look in the Legends Championship, if you look at Champion Hall, most of them are very, very strong built teams. Right here, guys, new hero literally just dropped, and some of the top PvP heroes or top players within AFK Arena already have them built, guys. Right there's a +30 engraving, already has the +30 or higher signature item, got the 9 of 9 furniture on there, built out the moment that they drop. Even there's Tartaros being built out as well, guys. Super important. Again, if you want this PvP aspect to work, the heroes take an incredible amount of progression and also an incredible amount of investment when you start getting into building out those heroes. Sorry, guys, that'll do it for today's video. I just wanted to show you where we're going. A lot of players were asking last season exactly where we ended, which was at 70. We were ranked 70 in there. I'm hoping this season, having that Awakened version of Brutus, we can do a little bit better, guys, because of course within there is a massive amount of rewards, which is what we're really looking for, guys. When you start getting in here and you start getting into these very high levels, you start getting cores, you start getting your baits out of there. But this is what we're looking for, guys, both cores and for the Hero's Essence. Hero's Essence, I've been farming like crazy, and I still have been. We were just at 360 yesterday. We are at we're at 630 yesterday. We're at 631 already today, almost halfway to another level. Again, refreshing the bounty board, doing our fast rewards, doing everything that we need to be able to push levels, guys. My goal is 650 at this point. Once we hit 650, we're going to kind of reevaluate where we're at with heroes. If we need to put more into heroes, a little more diamonds into building some of those out. We've also built out Valoris a little bit, guys. Got her built all the way to Mythic. I'm kind of paused right at Mythic for the moment because I do want to build out Brutus, and I'm going to build Brutus all the way up to 5 stars. Same exact thing we did with the Awakened version of Thane. Waiting for the Greyborn hero, essentially. But once we do get Thane built up to that 5-star level like that, Brutus is going to be next in line, guys. Once we get Brutus, I'm actually going to get 1 single copy just to hold on to, 1 single copy of the Awakened version of Solus, which I always highly recommend. Then I'm going to wait and see exactly what we're going to get for the Graveborn hero, guys, who is coming down the line, because a majority of the 4 primary factions we have completely built out at this point, which is awesome. You can see, guys, 24 billion combat rating already into chapter 44. Want to make a lot more progression in here, which we will be doing soon. So, all right, guys, so that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.